What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. In the last episode, we started the Ancient Cistern and got around to the halfway point of the temple. And in this episode, well, we're hopefully going to finish things up here and take on the boss. So let's start by picking up this amazing Amber Relic, which I'm pretty sure only appeared because I reset the game in between recordings, so yeah, that's pretty neat. Anyways, to actually get out of this room, we need to use our beetle and knock down these Skulltulas. That way they will land on those lily pads down below and flip them over. We really only need to hit the one in the middle, but you know, why not hit the other one along the way? Makes me feel better about myself. Now, this underground section is really short. Like, the only point of it is so the game can show off the location of something else, but after we see that, yeah, we go right back topside again, so it's kind of random. Anyways, this enemy, you might hear some clanking and see a sparkly around him, and that's because if we use our whip, we can actually target him and pull something right off him. That just happens to be a small key. So yeah, anytime you see like an enemy with a sparkly around them, use your whip. You might get something pretty cool. But of course, we can use that small key to unlock this door and finally see what it is the game wants to show us, because it's right down here in that gigantic pit. What is it? Well, it's the chest that contains the boss door object. Master, I have some important information that I am certain you will want to hear. There is a large treasure chest in the area. There is an 85% probability it contains the key that will open the door we observed at the top of the stone statue. Yeah, because we totally couldn't figure that out for ourselves, Fi. Thank you. You know, I've been trying really hard to just like ignore Fi and not make fun of her, because deep down I really do like her character. And, you know, I don't want to be too negative about her existence, but sometimes the game does have those moments where it's like, come on, did you really need to explain it in that much detail? Because it does reach a point where sometimes it just like takes all the mystery and magic like out of the game, you know? Like, one of the best feelings in a Zelda game is having that aha moment when you solve a puzzle or figure something out, but too much hand holding and too many hints can totally ruin that. And if I'm being honest with you guys, like, that's why I love A Link Between Worlds so much. Like, playing that game through the first time was such a great experience for me, because I had so many of those aha moments, just like figuring out all the various different puzzles and making use of the merge mechanic. It was amazing. Anyways, though, yeah, before we get too off topic, that switch that we pulled when we entered this room, that just created a shortcut back to the, you know, main hub room. So obviously, we don't want to go back there just yet. Like, there is stuff to do in that room still, but for now, we want to head up to the second floor of this room and do something a little bit different. Like, you may have noticed a alternate pathway as we were swimming through the water, like when we first entered this room. That's basically what we're trying to open up right now. So let's get rid of this guy real quick. And yeah, the only reason why we came up here is so we could jump right off. I know it seems kind of strange, but it will let us flip over that lily pad and check it out. There's a red rupee down there. So obviously, yeah, this temple uses the red rupees to sort of lure you in the correct direction, because it's like, hey, a red rupee, I kind of want to get that. And then you sort of go through the process to figure out how to get it, and you end up finding like the next area where you need to be. So it's pretty clever design, if I do say so myself. So let's follow down this corridor, and yeah, you do want to make sure you spin into those pufferfish, that way you can blow them up and navigate this very small corridor safely. I don't really like swimming in these small locations, but it's honestly not all of that bad. It can be a little bit tricky, you know, turning around, but other than that, it's not really that big of a deal. So now, we're on the opposite side of this room, on like the lower section again. And the reason why we came here is because, yep, there's another one of these switches. So let's just latch onto this, pull it, and guess what? You might have noticed there were some pipes underground, and yeah, flipping that switch will activate a water plume in the center of this room. So now, you've probably already figured out what we need to do, but yes, we need to make our way back to the top side of this room, flip over that lily pad, and then jump across. Pretty simple stuff, but I do like how this temple is sort of laid out, because it doesn't feel as linear as the previous temples. Like every temple, I guess maybe minus the Lanayru mining facility, has all felt fairly linear, and I guess like this and the Lanayru mining facility have all been pretty non-linear feeling, which is a good thing because having a temple too linear I feel is kind of boring. But then again, I guess my videos aren't really like the best display of non-linear temples because I always do go the correct way and I like try to make them optimized, so I always take the more efficient route and stuff like that. So everything I guess does feel more linear to me than it would to like someone who is first playing through this game, because I imagine if it's your first time going through this game, you probably would take more time to go and explore, find various different dead ends, and like locate the secrets for yourself. And as a result, the temple would feel way less linear, but because I know where like everything is, all the secrets are and stuff like that, and now I'm just like taking the most efficient route, obviously it does feel more linear to me. Anyways though, got ourselves 20 rupees, chest, totally not required, but still a nice little pickup. Now, before we go back on these vines, let me actually shoot down this guy. Running a little bit low on ammo, so hopefully, yeah, there we go. Hit that guy with one shot, and I think that's the only bug that I need to worry about. So, let's try and conserve our stamina because we do have a long ways to go, and I'm not too sure if we're gonna make it or not. Hopefully we can. Now we just want to drop down here and relatch onto these vines and keep going. Oh crap, this is getting close. Come on, keep moving, Link. Keep moving, man. We just gotta make it over here and we are good. Thank goodness we made it. Alright, now that we're over here, let's latch onto this switch and activate it because this will create another shortcut by way of a water plume up to this platform. Now the reason why you want to come up here is because there is another switch that we can hit, and this one is pretty dang important to like the main mechanic of this temple. So if I can actually activate this, that would be great. Come on. Alright, what is even happening right now? Like I'm pulling down, so it should work. There we go. I literally did nothing different. Like it just decided to work that time. So whatever you say, game. Whatever you say. But yeah, activating that will actually cause the statue in the center of this room to lower down. Now that does cover up the chest that contains the boss door object, but that's perfectly fine. We'll pick that up a little bit later on. So now you might be wondering, you know, what exactly you need to do. Well, remember how there was like a door inside that statue that was a little higher up, but just led back out to this room? Well, that door is now our entrance back into the statue, and if we go into the statue and go all the way down to the bottom, we can now go like one floor below than where we could before, if that like makes any sense. So like the door we went through to get the, you know, item from this temple is no longer active. Like that door will lead us into a completely different area. So now, if we exit, we're gonna be in the temple's underground, which is really, really creepy actually. So yeah, welcome to the underground. We got some new enemies down here. These guys are cursed Bokoblins. They do not die unless you do a fatal blow. Like, you can attack them as much as you want, but they will just get right back up unless you do a fatal blow. Now, they can drop a very unique item. I believe it's called a evil crystal, so kind of want to take some of these guys out and maybe we'll get lucky and one of them will drop one of those items for us, but doesn't look like we're really getting too lucky here, so that kind of stinks. Well, no evil crystal for us, I guess. I'm just gonna ignore the rest of them because there's really no point in fighting them. Like, their drop rate is pretty low, and unless you do the fatal blow, they just come back again anyway. So yeah, I don't really want to waste too much time fighting them. Instead, we'll continue to explore the seedy underbelly of this temple. Let's get rid of these fire keys because they are blocking our path. And hey, check it out! It's another monster claw. Always happy to see one of these bad boys. And hey, we're actually only missing 2 more items, the evil crystal and a regular bird feather. That's pretty cool. Over here we got some blessed butterflies, so you can take out your harp and get some extra stuff. But instead, let's read this slab. A gemstone shines deep within the eye. Strike it to shut the mouth and dam the flow. That's actually talking about like the evil water flow directly behind us. We need to find a way to turn that off. So, what we can do is jump across these evil lily pads and get across the evil lake and find a way to turn off the evil water. in case you guys can't tell, this entire area is evil. And oh crap, actually that was not what I wanted to do. So yeah, if you do touch the water, you get cursed. Basically, you can't use your sword or shield or any of your items for a limited amount of time. Kind of strange, I know, but it's not the first time we've seen something like that in a Zelda game. Anyways, to solve this puzzle, take your beetle and shoot it up to this giant face statue. Like the stone slab said, right in between the eyes is a gemstone, and sure enough, if we go inside the eyes, here's the gemstone, and hitting that will cease the flow of that evil water. So you might be wondering why that's important. Well, we actually need that bomb, and we could, carry bombs ourselves, but we need to sort of drop it on something that's kind of far away. So we need to use our beetle, and that's why you need to, clog that river. That way you can shoot the beetle through that area and get it to where it needs to go. So let's head back over here and grab this bomb with our beetle. And the platform that we need to blow up is actually right over here. Well, it's actually a rock on this platform, but as you can see, there's sort of one of those grapple posts, and if we try to grapple to it, that rock would block our way. So let's drop a bomb on it, blow it up, and now we can very easily grapple across and land over there and reach the pillar with all those vines. So yeah, pretty simple stuff. You just have to sort of know what you're looking for, considering the stone slab basically gives you the entire solution to that puzzle. You just have to keep an eye out for the actual face statue itself, but it's pretty easy to notice. Anyways, though, let's grab our whip. That way we can swing across, and hopefully we do not fall in the abyss. There we go. I'm always scared whenever I use my whip to swing across a gap, just because I never know if I'm fully gonna make it or not. Alright, so let's line ourselves up and jump to this next rotating platform. Now, you do not want to get off on this platform. Keep going around, because if we get off now and go to the next platform, it's actually just going to lead us into basically a trap. You want to come over here and follow this area upwards a little bit, because there is a switch that we want to hit first. And this switch is very, very important, because what it does is change the rotation of these giant pillars. So if we just switch it to the other side, instead of leading us into a giant wall of spikes, it will lead us over to where we actually need to go, which is why you do not want to jump on here without activating that switch. Trust me, it'll be a bad time. Alright, so, let's not get too hasty here, because we actually need to re-flip that switch, since, we want to change the rotation of this particular pillar. Now, I'm not sure, I've never tried it, but, I don't believe you can get all the way to the right side just by, leaping. You'll probably just run out of stamina and, fall down into the abyss, which is why you want to come to the left side and, hit this lever again, and that way you can change the rotation. But, again, never actually tried it, so maybe if one of you guys wants to try that and, tell me the results, that'd be pretty interesting. But again, I'm just going to assume that you would run out of stamina and fall into the abyss, because you wouldn't be able to leap far enough to counteract the rotation of this pillar. If you could do that, there would be no point for the puzzle. So I imagine that is something Nintendo thought of and they tested thoroughly. Let's get rid of these bats. And yeah, there's some strange white light and a singular piece of silk. We'll sort of check that out in a second. For now, we want to come over to this switch and activate it, because this will create a shortcut that leads back to the beginning of the underground area. So we don't want to go down there and enter the main room. Instead, we want to go up on this piece of silk, but we're on this weird pile of bones, and if we start climbing up, yeah, check it out, all these cursed bokoblins will try and chase us for whatever reason. So climb, Link, climb. We need to make our way back into the light, and yeah, they will latch onto you. You can very easily just shake them off, but we just need to keep going up into the light. It's getting brighter and brighter. Hopefully they don't get us. Come on, keep climbing. And oh no, another one. Shake them off. And I think we should be good. There we go, we made it. Yeah, it's really not that scary. No matter what, two are gonna latch onto you before you make it to the top. Alright, so now that we're up here, let's pull this lever, because this will create a platform that extends back out to that switch we hit that lowered the statue in the center. So we basically want to undo what we did before and raise the statue back up, because that's going to cause the platform to rise above where the chest that contains the boss key is. And now that we do have an alternate way back down to the underground, we should be able to reach that chest by simply jumping back down this hole. So let's do it. And yeah, the game is nice enough to reattach you to that silk, but we really don't need the extra safety. So now that we've done that, the statue is gone, and we can very simply just run to this pit and grab ourselves the boss door object. Pretty sweet. And this basically means we're done with the temple, so check it out. We got ourselves the blessed idol, and that was the last thing that we needed. But oh no, that's right, the statue's coming down, and we have some cursed bokoblins, but we can very easily just run past them, and that is literally like that. The game just freezes, those bokoblins stay there, and they get crushed by the giant statue. So all's well that ends well, I guess. And that's good for us because now we can just, you know, ride these pillars of water all the way to the top of this statue, and we'll basically be at the boss door. So that's pretty dang awesome. Like, yeah, once you're done with this temple, you're done with this temple. Like, the game provides you with every opportunity to go directly where you need to go and get out of here. So much appreciated, temple. Much appreciated. Alright, so let's go and examine this door. And this lock is really, really easy. Just literally turn the thing forward, and that's all you gotta do. Super simple. Mainly because, like, the back half of this key is just a statue, so there's really only one, like, 3D plane that you need to sort of line up. But still, kinda nice. Alright, so we're not exactly at the boss door just yet. There's something we do need to take care of first, but it's not going to take too long. So there are 4 of these weird, like, switches that we need to activate. So, of course, let's just use our whip and pull every single last one of them. And once we do, it'll take us exactly where we need to be, like in front of the boss room. So, up we go! Hooray! And yeah, like, it's kind of weird because the statue sort of extends itself upward, and it looks really, I don't know, kind of disturbing, honestly. But hey, whatever, at least it's bringing us to where we need to go, so I am not complaining whatsoever. Plus, this boss is really fun, probably one of the most memorable in the game. So let's not waste any more time and take it on. Girahim. You certainly are persistent. I'm terribly busy trying to find the clues that will help me revive the Demon King. Your incessant buzzing around my head like some irksome gadfly when I'm this busy is, well, it's making me very disagreeable. Well, this doesn't look good. Prepare yourself, guys, because this is the Ancient Automation Koloktos. Now, like I said, this is one of the most memorable fights in Skyward Sword. Really, this guy and one other boss were the 2 bosses I was most looking forward to fighting again when playing through this game. But that doesn't mean these bosses are hard. In fact, they're both pretty easy. For Koloktos, what you want to do is getting close to him, wait until he makes that weird, like, singing, humming noise, and that basically means he's going to throw his arms at the ground. When he does that, latch onto them with your whip and unscrew them. Once you unscrew both of his arms, obviously this red spot is weak spot, so go ham and deal as much damage as you can. You do not only need to do stab attacks, you can pretty much do any slash you want. Problem is, yeah, he still has like 2 of his arms that he can use to deal damage to you, and he does deal 1 heart with every single attack. So be a little bit careful. But you can play a little reckless in phase 1 of this fight. Like, you do not want to mess around too much in phase 2 because you can take a lot of damage really quickly. But at least in phase 1, you can sort of make as many mistakes as you want, and really, you're not going to get punished all that much for it. So we're still in phase 1. Right now, we just want to repeat the same process that we did last time and unscrew all 4 of his arms. Obviously, he is using 2 of his arms to protect his weak spot, but now... Oh, crap, I was too far away there. Alright, come on, dude, slam down your arms again, please. Don't you throw those dumb, like, blade things. Yeah, you can very easily just, like, sidestep them to avoid them and not take any damage that way. But come on, dude. You gotta work with me on this one. Just slam your arms down pretty please. There you go. And hopefully I don't miss this time. Perfect. That's exactly what I want to do. So now let's just go ham again. And please don't attack me. Alright. Now we're moving on to phase 2. Here's where things get a little bit trickier. So now he's going to use all 6 of his arms. And on top of that, he had legs the whole time. Who knew? Also, he has a cage protecting his weak spot. Like, I don't know why he didn't use that instead of his arms, but whatever. So now he has 6 swords, and he's pretty scary. Like, you do not want to get hit by this guy. But again, same deal. When he slams his arm down, just, you know, unscrew them. And now, check it out. We can actually pick up one of his own swords and use it against him. Because his swords are so strong and so huge, we can completely wreck this guy just by, like, swinging randomly. And this is how you basically want to take this guy out. So take out his legs, his arms, and then just keep swinging to damage his weak point. Eventually, he will, like, reassemble himself, but that's essentially how you want to deal with phase 2. He does have a few different attacks like that one, and holy crap, I barely had a second to, like, get away from that. Jeez. But, on top of, like, swinging like a madman, he can also summon the cursed bokoblins like he just did, and they can be kind of annoying, but if you're lucky, he will end up, like, killing those himself. And oh, that was really close. Glad that I managed to avoid that. Where's the sword? Come on. Let's just go and take out his leg. No, that's... Well, at least he did take out the cursed bokoblins. This is not a good place to be. Holy crap, this is... That was not good. Pick up the sword, Link, please. Just, there you go. Thank goodness. Now, let's start dealing some damage. I took way too much damage there, though. Holy crap. That could have been really, really bad. This is what I mean, though. You do not want to mess around in the second phase. Actually, you know what? I think I might use that potion that I picked up a really long time ago just because I want to make sure I don't die if I make, like, one mistake by accident. So we should be pretty safe now. Just stop going berserk, dude. And let me pull off one of your arms again. That would be great. Alright, so he's summoning the cursed bokoblins, so he should slam down his swords soon. I'm actually going to try and position them right in the way of the swords. Perfect. And grab it. There we go. Let's just grab this sword, and this might be it. So let's knock him down, hopefully for the final time, and deal the finishing blow. Perfect. See, that wasn't so bad. You just gotta know what to do and know when and when not to mess around. But so long, Koloktos. Pretty fun fight. Like, I gotta say, I really enjoy fighting that boss. One of the best in the entire game, at least in my opinion. But there we go, we've done it, and our reward is, of course, another heart container. Now, we could go around and, like, use his swords to destroy those pillars, but you'll probably only get hearts, nothing really too important. So let's collect our 13th heart container and be done with this temple. Alright, so beyond this glowing door is the first sacred flame. I'm excited, guys. Let's go and pick it up. And check it out. There's one of those crests again. So, of course, let's charge up a Skyward Strike and activate it. Raise your sword, master. The flames of Pharaoh have improved your sword, making it longer and sharp enough to do twice as much damage. The sacred flame has purified your blade, enhancing and evolving it. With your sword now enhanced, you are ready to learn a new melody. We should return to the Isle of Songs. Ah, the sword you carry is different since I last saw you. Yes, I see it is much improved. To think, the goddess's chosen hero is but a mere boy. Quite a twist. Chosen hero or not, you do not yet possess the strength required to wield the full power of that blade. You must train yourself further. Devote yourself wholly to this task. Farewell, boy. Well, guys, we've done it. We have the first sacred flame, only 2 more to go. But yes, Pharaoh the water dragon is correct. We should devote ourselves wholly to this task, and we will. But we're going to continue in the next episode. So if you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.